The bar's after-hours hush wraps around us like smoke from the dying jukebox, Dan's face crumpling as he slides the affidavit across the scarred wooden table. My eyes scan the lies, vicious, sworn lies about a man who changes diapers at dawn, all to rip a toddler from his arms. Billie Jean's signature mocks at the bottom, her friendship a knife in the back. My blood boils, fists clenching under the table. This which wasn't just betraying Dan, she was weaponizing a child. And my payback? I handed her address to her deadbeat car dealers on a silver platter. Repo truck at dawn, job in the dust, life in ruins. If you've ever seen that at a backstabber hiding behind civility, this revenge will have you cheering. Nothing ignites a fire like betrayal from someone you thought was on your side, especially when a kid's caught in the crossfire. It's that gut twist of powerlessness, watching good people get shredded by liars with agendas. But today, from the raw heart of Reddit, one woman's quiet fury turns the tables in a way that's equal parts clever and cathartic. If serving icy justice to oathbreakers gets your pulse racing, hit that like button hard, subscribe for more stories that make karma feel real, and let's unravel this tale. You ready for the slow simmer to sweet scorched earth? Flashback 5 years, a lifetime in bar time, but the sting? Fresh as yesterday's pour. I'm Mia, 26 then, slinging craft cocktails in this divey hotspot on the edge of downtown. Think neon buzz flickering over sticky floors, the perpetual tang of spilled IPA and fryer grease hanging heavy in the air like regret. Nights blurred into a rhythm, shifts from happy hour haze to last call laments, tips jingling in my apron like tiny victories. I clawed my way there post-college dropout, bartending to fund art school dreams deferred, and damn if it didn't suit me reading patrons like menus, mixing empathy with a stiff pour. Enter Dan, 6-foot frame of quiet intensity behind the speed rail, his laugh a low rumble that cut through the din like a lifeline. We sparked on a slow Tuesday, him muddling mint for my mojito demo, our hands brushing over crushed ice, eyes locking in that electric moment. By week's end, dates greasy spoon pancakes at 3 a.m., his head on my shoulder in the booth, vulnerability spilling like syrup. He was 29, broad-shouldered with ink-black hair that fell boyish over hazel eyes shadowed by worry lines too deep for his years. A dad, that toddler, little Jamie, all chubby cheeks and gummy grins and wallet picks, and locked in a custody war with ex-Rachel. It's ugly, he'd murmur over post-shift smokes on the fire escape, city lights winking distant below. She twists everything. But Jamie? He's my world. I fell hard for the dad who FaceTimed lullabies from the walk-in cooler, the guy who traced my stretch marks like constellations, whispering beautiful like gospel. Stability in chaos, we were each other's soft landing. The crew rounded us out, a motley family of night owls. There was Tito, the grizzled vet with dad jokes that bombed harder than his highballs. Lena, the firecracker server with tattoos snaking her arms like stories untold. And Billie Jean, oh, that name still sours my tongue. Mid-30s, bleach blonde waves cascading like a bad country ballad, curves poured into Daisy Dukes that screamed, "Look but don't touch." She'd breezed in 3 months prior, all honeyed drawl and backslaps, claiming old ties to Dan from a stint at another joint. Darlin', we go way back, shots and shenanigans. Quick with a wink, she'd charm tips from frat boys, her laugh-a-bell that rang false if you listen close. Rachel connection? Casual drop. Worked with her too back in the day. A small world, y'all. Seemed civil group hangs at the corner pub. Her arm slung easy around Dan's shoulder in platonic bro mode, Jamie's pics passed like peace offerings. Or so the facade held. I bought it, even shared vents over closing shifts. Her griping about deadbeat exes, me nodding along, our reflections smudged in the bar mirror like conspirators. Friend? Close enough in the witching hour. Cracks showed subtle at first, her sidelong glances when Dan vented custody woes. A too quick pivot to Rachel's side must be tough. But I chalked it up to empathy, the bar's code of neutrality. Until the bomb dropped. It was a Thursday, rain lashing the windows like accusations, the bar a ghost town save for us closers. Dan burst through the back door, soaked to the bone, envelope clutched white-knuckled in his fist. "Court docs," he rasped, voice cracking like thunder. We huddled in the office, cramped cube smelling of old coffee and Windex door wedged shut against the storm. He spread the papers on the desk, fluorescent buzz overhead casting harsh shadows on his face, turning cheekbones sharp as grief. Affidavit from a witness. Rachel's pulling no punches. I leaned in, coffee breath mingling with his cologne woodsy grounding, expecting the usual smear. Lazy dad, party boy. But as my eyes tracked the lines, fury uncoiled slow, a serpent in my gut. Lies, bold and black-inked, Dan neglectful, boozing through visits, Jamie traumatized by his instability. Fabricated scenes, him yelling at drop-offs that never happened, forgetting meds that sat pristine in his glove box. And the gut rip, accusations of emotional abuse, painting him a monster who'd endanger his own blood. My pulse thundered in my ears, vision tunneling to the signature flourish at bottom, Billie Jean Hargrove. Her. Our Billie Jean. Sworn under oath, perjury's noose loose around her neck, all to tip scales for Rachel. Using a toddler, that innocent bundle with Dan's eyes as leverage? My chest seized, breaths shallow and ragged, nails digging half-moons into palms till skin split coppery. Liar. Traitor. Child pawn. Heat flushed my face, a wildfire under skin. I slammed the page down, voice a whip crack. This is bullshit. She's lying to gut you for what? Some twisted loyalty? Dan deflated, shoulders caving like a punctured tire, eyes glassy with that hollow defeat I'd seen too often. How'd she even? We were friends. Or I thought. He raked hands through wet hair, droplets scattering like tears. The injustice clawed me, not just the words but the weapon. A good man, knee-deep in bottles for formulas not beers, slandered to lose his son. Powerlessness surged, bitter as bile. She's underestimated us. Thinks we're blind. Hatred for liars, those serpents who twist truth like pretzels, ignited full blaze. I'd loathed them since kidhood, my own mom's gaslighting scars etched deep. This? Crossed every line, a desecration. Sympathy swelled for Dan, his frame trembling subtle as he folded the paper with funeral care. He fights clean. She fights dirty. Not on my watch. That night blurred, us driving home in his battered truck, wipers slapping rhythmic against the downpour, radio static hissing low. Silence thick, broken only by his sighs, heavy, world-weary. My mind raced, a hamster wheel of schemes. Confront her? No, she'd slither out. Leak to boss? Petty, not piercing. Then it clicked, enemies. Billie Jean's web was tangled, whispers in the break room of her debts, specifically a car deal gone south. She'd bought this rust-bucket Chevy from a pair of roughnecks, let's call 'em Jacks and Colt, tattooed line cooks from the Italian joint down the block. Shady flips, no papers clean, and Billie Jean stiffing payments like it was sport. "Oh, I'm $2,000," she'd bragged once, flipping her hair dismissive. "They'll get over it." I'd crossed paths, served them wing nights, their glares lingering greasy, not fans but useful. Enemy of my enemy? Hell yes. Truck's heater blasted hot, thawing my resolve to ice-cold steel. She plays with fire? I'll hand her the match. Turning point hit like brakes on black ice. Next shift, Friday frenzy bar throbbing with after-work suits, laughter booming over clinking glasses, air thick with perfume and desperation. Billie Jean behind the rail opposite, all smiles and flair, shaking martinis like nothing. Our eyes met over the pour, hers crinkling conspiratorial, mine flat as a blade. She sidled over during a lull, hip-cocked lean. "Girl, that storm last night? Wild. Din okay?" Casual probe, fishing for cracks. My stomach twisted, bile rising at her gall. "You got him on paper, play nice here?" Smile forced through gritted teeth, I nodded terse. "Yeah." "Court's a beast." She hummed sympathetic, but her eyes? Gleaming, victorious. That did it. Rage crested, a tidal wave crashing internal. No more. For Dan. For Jamie's tiny hands in his. Heart-hammered war drum, fingers itching for phone. Break came at 11:45 alley out back. Dumpsters reeking of rot, rain puddling oily under neon spill. I dialed Jack's, voice steady as a shot. Hey, it's Mia from the bar. Coming in peace. Billie Jean's Chevy, you still hunting that repo? Pause, his grunt suspicious gravel. Yeah. Why? Got her address. 142 Oak Ridge, blue duplex. But quiet, this stays between us. Click. Done. No turning back. Fear flickered, what if it blows up? But determination drowned it, a fierce hum in my veins. Justice isn't loud. It's precise. Execution unfolded velvet smooth, tension coiling like a spring. Saturday dawned muggy, humidity clinging like guilt I didn't have. Dan and I grabbed coffee run, his treat, black and bitter, mirroring my mood truck idling curbside as I spilled the play. His eyes widened, then crinkled sly. You serious? That's cold, Mia. But the grin? Grateful, a spark reigniting his dimmed fire. For Jamie. We waited, phones silent sentinels, the day dragging syrup slow. Grocery runs through aisles echoing hollow, my mind replaying her lies like a bad loop, each word a fresh lash. She thinks she's untouchable. Watch. Dusk fell, streetlights buzzing awake, when it pinged her number, shrill in the cab's hush. I hit speaker, Dan's hands squeezing mine, knuckles blanching white. Mia? Oh God, it's gone. My car repoed right from the driveway. Doors bashed, towed at dawn. Who? Her voice cracked, that drawl fracturing to whine, breaths heaving frantic. I could picture her, pacing linoleum, blonde roots showing desperate, neighbors' curtains twitching voyeur. Casual as a shrug, I leaned back, seat leather creaking conspiratorial. Whoa, seriously? That's messed up. Any ideas? Pause, her exhale ragged. No clue. Had to be me leakin' or Robbie my ex, that prick. He'd love this. Robbie, the phantom scapegoat she'd curse it often, easy fall guy. Laughter bubbled traitorous in my throat, hot and suppressed. Dan bit his lip bloody beside me, shoulders shaking silent. Gotcha. Nah, I doubt it's Robbie, I drawled slow, savoring the hook. He's out of town, right? Who else then? Her sputter. Well, who the hell would? I paid up last week. Lie on lie payments skipped, we'd heard the gripes. I feigned gasp, half choked. Oh, that's so weird. Total mystery. Words dripped saccharine, syrup over shards, inside triumph thrummed, a bass note vibrating my bones. She ranted on, curses flying vivid, tears thickening her vowels, but I tuned to static, eyes locking Dan's. His nod subtle, fierce. Pay dirt. Hung up with a murmur. Hang in there, girl. Karma's a bitch. Click. Laughter erupted then, us howling in the cab, rain pattering applause on the roof. Catharsis raw, ribs aching from the release, not glee at pain, but equity. She swung first. We just aimed true. Fallout rippled swift, a domino delight. Monday shift, bar humming pre-rush, lime slicing sharp under knife. Billie Jean burst in late disheveled, no ride Uber receipt crumpled in fist, face thundercloud, eyes red-rimmed. Y'all won't believe, car stolen, jobs killing me an hour out. Wine-laced accusations, scanning us like suspects. I poured her water, ice clinking ominous, rough. Any leads? Her shrug defeated. Cops say repo, but I paid. Dan, restocking silent, shot me a wink over bottles. Boss overheard, brow furrowing. Can't swing rides? We need reliable. Warning 1. 2 came Wednesday, her no-show after a bus bust. Fired Friday, pink slip served with last paycheck, her wail echoing the alley. This town's cursing me. No ride, no job, whispers said she couch-surfed, pride shredded. Dan's court date loomed 2 weeks out. Him in ill-fit suit, tie knotted crooked, my hand in his under the table as judge scanned files. Her affidavit? Dismantled, inconsistencies glaring, witness flip on cross. Verdict dropped like gavel grace. Shared custody, weekends and holidays reclaimed. Jamie's first overnighter? Us 3 at the park, toddler giggles, bubbling fountain joy, Dan's eyes wet shine as he swung him high. You did this, he whispered later, arms crushing grateful. Me? Guard triumphant, the win a bomb on betrayal's burn. Billie Jean? Vanished from orbit, rumors of retail gigs, carless curses. Did she connect dots to me? One email ghosted years later. Was it you? Robbie swore off. Deleted unread. Wonder if she sleeps sound, truths haunting. But the peak? That call's echo replayed in my mind like a victory lap. Her voice splintering on the line. Who would do this to me? Hung in the cab's stale air, Dan's snicker blooming to guffaw as I hung up, phone hot in my palm. We'd pulled over, rain sheeting the windshield like veils, and there it crashed. Relief flooding white-hot, my body sagging against us, tears not sorrow but vindication streaking mascara black. She felt it. The scramble, the loss. No grovel from her, just that bewildered rage, grasping at shadows while her empire crumbled, job axed, independence repoed like bad debt. Dan pulled me close, his heartbeat thundermine, whispering, "You're a force," and in that clutch power surged back. Not destroyer but balancer. The liar unmasked, child-safe, scales tipped true. Triumph tasted like the rain sent freedom, washing clean the affidavit's poison. We won. Quiet. Clean. Complete. Liars think oaths are paper-thin, but karma's ledger? Etched in steel. This wasn't spite, it was safeguarding the innocent, a reminder that betrayal's boomerang swings hardest. Proud? Damn right. What's your line in the sand? Phew, if that sly takedown didn't have you smirking wicked, I need to up my game. Smash like if you've ever outsmarted a snake in the grass, it powers these revenge reels. Comments, your pettiest plot twist payback? Dish it. Subscribe, bell ringer for more Reddit reckonings that right the wrongs. Stay scheming, stay strong, peace out.